we are Group 1 and I'm Winky. Today we're going to talk about the packaging design. And for this picture, you can see that all of our members are Teletubbies and Kenneth is the sun. Why we think that Kenneth is the sun is because we think Kenneth is the one who eliminates us and teach us many things.
So before having the adventure in our Teletubby Wonderland, we would like to have a little story behind, or have a little game behind first. So imagine there's kind of like zombie virus outbreak in the Teletubby Wonderland, and those Teletubbies are all infected. You can survive only if you know their characteristics. So here, we would like to invite you to memorize all the details of them within the confidential documents in the next slides within 10 seconds. So there will be 2 rounds. So basically it's like a document, a paper that with like images and text on it. And then we hope that you could memorize all the details no matter on the image or like text as well. So let's get started for the first round. Okay, it's 10 seconds already, so everyone please, if you can, I would like to invite you to have a phone for the Kahoot as well, and we would post a link now.
Okay, welcome to the show, our Teletubbies guys. So can you please hold on your phone and scan the QR code? It is better for each group to assign one group leader to do the Kahoot show.
Oh, by the way, the top person will get my Metcon. It's an A shuffle.
Okay, if you're ready, then okay, if you're ready, then we'll start now. Do you still remember the pictures and the text of the Teletubbies? If you do, then you can answer number 1. What's the name of the spy? Do you still remember? Well, 15 of you got it correct. Very good. Okay, next one. Okay, next one. What is the name of the green telezombie in the graph? Well, this one's 13 got it correct. So the question is getting more and more difficult. Yeah, the fastest that you can answer can get the higher marks, so please be aware of it. Okay, next one. Do you still remember which is one of the characteristics of the telezombies? Let's give it. Okay, 16 got it correct. That is like scaring children. Very good. Last one. Okay, do you still remember where's the yellow telezombie? Where is it? Okay, this one's difficult, so 10 got it correct. So we have finished the first round of our Teletubby guess. Angela, where is Angela? Angela. Yeah, so we'll give you some prizes.
So while Angela is like getting her present, why don't we just start to go for the next confidential document? So we're gonna present the next document in 3 seconds. Like 3, 2, 1. Okay, 10 seconds again, and let's just play another round of Kahoot.
Okay, let's start the second round. Welcome back. So, what is the name of the purple telezombie on the top? Do you still remember it? This one you guys are faster. Okay, 12 got it correct. Very good. Okay, next one. Do you still remember where is the red one?
Bring down.
This one, very good. This is the middle down one. Okay, next one. Still Angela is the top one. Okay, how many witnesses do telezombies have? This one is kinda easy. Yeah. That's only one. Very good. Last one. Do you remember which is the weakness then? Yeah, sunlight. Very good. Okay, so that is the end of the second round of our Teletubby guess. Who is Purple Penguin? So, wow. Very good.
Coca-Cola 仔，我唔知鉗嘢。
So let's getting back to our slides. So well done everyone to do a Kahoot. So from the results, quite interestingly, like both tests, you guys have not much difference regarding the result, but I can see that on the first test is actually slightly better than the second one, because it's like the second one, there are much more people getting wrong on the answers compared to the first one, although the difference is not that significant. But what is the interpretation, or like why would there be a result coming out? Is it kind of like coincidence, or like is there a reason behind? So let's just have a review. So basically it's kind of like relating to our brain, which is like inheriting in our human nature. So as you can see on the slides, our brain is like left brain and right brain, while the left one is better and more like superior in verbals. It can actually interpret information from the outer right visuals. While on the right brain, it's the opposite. It's kind of like more superior in non-verbals or images, or like creativity, etc. It's more likely to interpret information from the outer left eye. So from the middle, you can see like right brain is more better than like interpret the Teletubby image on the left-hand side, while the left brain is more better to interpret the Teletubby spelling on the right-hand side. So that's why actually the first test results can generate better result than the second confidential document as well. Not sure if you guys have really read the case study, but actually scientists can actually making hypotheses based on this brain eternity, and they did kind of like pilot tests in terms of like packaging design as well. So basically, they mirror all the packages. You can see it's like from the left and the right, two packages, identical but mirrored. And they expose these kind of like mirror designs to 150 respondents with kind of like really short time, which is like 500 milliseconds. But they are asked to like really, if they can really recognize the brand or like recognize the information from the following questions as well, in order to measure whether the package is like successful or not. But there are certain limitations actually. So there could be like the one is actually these kind of like packaging experiment is not exposed to the real reality, which makes kind of like limitation or like deviation compared to the result. Second, it's also the brain eternity based on the previous slide. Some people may have the opposite eternity. And this experiment is actually ignoring these population, although they are like quite a small amount of them. So after the result or like experiment, you can see there are two slides. One is from the text, one is from the tech pictures. And from the results, actually, you can see the images on the left is better because the recall percentage is actually higher, and while the text is actually on the right-hand side because the percentage of recall in that perspective is higher as well. This actually means that the lateral positioning of the recognized factors like price, brand, or like images is quite important and crucial, which brings us an insight that we should actually prioritize what and where information to emphasize or to be placed on a limited space like the packaging boxes, which is really important because most of us is having the impulse purchase from the first eye that we see the packages in the venues like supermarkets. So for example, the legal disclaimers of the products, it might not be that significant in terms of like marketing appealing messages. So it's gonna be like something that be placed like in not obvious places, while brand names or like discounts, these kind of tags, is better to place on the right-hand side of the packages. But bear in mind there's one significant thing, that the flashing effects of the brand names or discounts, it could be sometimes interpreted as like images. And that's why you should put it in the left-hand side in order to give a better recall of the customers as well.
Then I'm going to talk about the importance of packaging. In the ever-changing environment of marketing, one element stands out as a silent influencer, and that is packaging. Packaging is not just about wrapping a product, it's a strategy tool that influences consumers' purchasing decision, communicates brand value, and creates a lasting impression. Packaging strategies are the method and techniques that companies use to design and produce the outfit for their product, which serve both functional and promotional purpose, including establish a brand identity and differentiation, attract consumer attention and interest, communicate product information and value proposition, and enhance product experience and satisfaction. So here's some examples. The LV is using patterns to create visual appeal and recognition. The Highland Dairy is using clear and informative label to provide product details and benefits. And restaurants use biodegradable, recyclable materials to reduce environment impacts to meet consumer demand. And the Vinci chocolate is using seasonal Christmas packaging to create festival emotional connection and engagement. Inside packaging strategy, we also have two types of communication styles that are commonly used, and that is verbal and non-verbal communication. Verbal communication involves using words to convey meaning and information. It includes a sender initiate the communication and encode the message. And a message is a content and a form of the word, and the receiver is to receive and decode the message. To ensure the clear communication, it is important to use the simple language and feedback loops like repeating, confirming, and clarifying. And nonverbal communication involves visual and tactile elements such as color, shapes, image, and materials. And it helps create an emotional connection with the target audience and differentiate the brand from competitors. As research shows that people may pay more attention to what they see and feel. Like the colors, green is stand for natural and organic products, and emphasizing eco-friendliness, while white symbolize technology and innovations, creating a modern image. Shapes also hold a meaning. Round shapes evoke softness and nurturing, while angular shapes convey sharpness and structure. Image such as a smiling person instantly indicate happiness and satisfaction, establishing an emotional connection with the audience. And the materials like fragile glasses communicate luxury and quality, reflecting a brand's commitment to deliver high-end offerings. And be reminded that both message delivered by verbal and nonverbal communication have to be consistent with the brand and product identity and strategy. Now let's talk about how packaging influences consumer behavior through the following ADA model. First, for the attention. Unique, distinctive, and creative packaging grabs consumers' attention, and it sparks curiosity and prompts them to engage with the product. For instance, the Absolute Vodka used various shapes, colors, and designs for its packaging, creating a sense of variety and diversity. Second, the interest. Packaging generates interest by providing relevant product details, information about and the benefits and specification. Clear and honest packaging, like the innocent smoothie, shown with handwritten fonts and illustration, gives the consumer a positive impression and influence their perception of quality. Third, the desire. Packaging evokes desire by appealing to consumers' emotion, preference, and needs. Packaging that resonates with their personality, lifestyle, and aspiration creates a connection and sense of identification with the products. The Godiva luxury packaging, featuring a red color and casket-like form, creates a sense of pleasure and satisfaction. Fourth is the action. Packaging motivates actions by offering incentives like discount coupons or free samples. Compelling calls to action persuade consumers to make a purchase decision and increase the chance of repeat purchase. For example, like the Starbucks reusable packaging with a cup, a straw, which offers a discount. Packaging also influences the 4 Ps in the marketing. First, the product. Packaging enhances the quality, functionality, and value of the product. It also creates distinctive image and personality. Like the Apple's minimalist and elegant packaging conveys simplicity and innovation. For the price, influence perceived value and willingness to pay for the product, and it reflects the positioning and segmentation. For example, the Tiffany & Co.'s elegant and luxurious packaging creates a sense of exclusivity and prestige for its high-end jewelry. And for the place, packaging facilitates distribution, storage, and display of the product. It increases the visibility and accessibility, like the Pringles cylindrical can optimize space, protects, and preserves the chips inside. And last but not least, the promotion. Packaging communication, the product's features, benefits, and unique selling proposition. It creates awareness, interest, and loyalty. The Coca-Cola's personalized and seasonal packaging features name, message, and image creates emotion, connection, and engagement.
Now let's move on to talk about the multi-sensory components in the packaging. So color is one of the most direct way that business companies would like to use to drive people's emotions and kind of affect their purchasing decision or behavior. And different colors can have different impacts in terms of evoking our emotion. For example, purple kind of usually associate with the feeling of royalty and luxuries, and also really helpful if the brand wants to indice the feeling of dignity. As for yellow, yellow is more a color that brings you the feeling of warmth and happiness and boosting the energy level of the customer. And however, one thing you need to be careful of is overusing yellow may cause anxiety for the customer. And green is a color that is really useful if you want to create a sense of nature or freshness in your brand image, and also evoking the feeling of relaxation and calmness. So this color is more common to be seen in those brands kind of advocating or have a deeper connection with sustainability aspect, or in food or beverage companies like Starbucks. For red able to promote the high energy emotion among the customers, and also useful to encourage the impulsive buying behavior of the customer. That's why we can all usually see the color in red in those signs about discount or sales. So color is one of the most direct way to drive people's emotions and affecting the purchase decision of the customer. However, even though the color has a specific effect on the emotion, the same color can have different impact, different perception or meaning to different people from different cultural background. Let's take the color white as example. In China, people usually associate white with a relatively negative meaning, like death or loneliness. For Indonesian people, they usually not as negative as China, but kind of have mild or to a little bit slight negative feeling towards it. They associate with sense of boring or easy to get dirty. But for Western societies like USA or other European countries, they have a more positive feeling about the color white. They usually associate with clean and purity, and you can see a more white element in those kind of happy, more celebrating event like wedding. But for China, white usually more common to be seen in funeral. Besides culture, age is also another factor that affecting people's emotions of the color. For example, young people have a preferred darker color sense. They have they're more sensitive to the saturation level of color. But for old people, it's the opposite. They usually prefer the brighter color choices because as you get older, you become your body also get more mature. You become less sensitive to the intensity of color. That's why it's more common for older people. They usually like to choose a brighter color in their clothing options. And
Okay, now welcome back to our Teletubbies guys. So for this time, we want to collect some opinions from you guys. So So now, please, for the group leaders, can you please scan the QR code or enter the game pin again so we can have the game together? Come in, any more? Okay, let's start. For the first few questions, we should have answered it before, so we skip. Okay, sorry for keep you guys waiting. So here we have an image of two coffee cups with different colors. So which one do you notice first, and which one do you think that it seems like you have a stronger taste of coffee? Okay, so the left one seems like you have you notice first, and then you think that it seems like to have a stronger taste of coffee. Who is Jerry?
No, not me. Not me.
Not here.
This story is not me.
Okay, then who is Claude, Oscar, Sharon, Farron? Okay, yeah, please put your hands up. We'll give you the prizes.
Hey, this is Jerry.
Side, side.
So the result is quite the same as the one that we can find online. The research we can find online is actually like the more saturated color is usually more attention attracting to the customers, and also visually seems larger. And most company, like food and beverage company, like to use different saturation level of the color on the package to show the difference of the richness of the flavor. And besides vision, logo is also another component that affects our vision, and there are mainly two types of logos format in the market: curves and angles. For the logos with more curvy line, they usually want to express a sense of softness and comfort. For example, Coca-Cola wants to associate their brand with the emotion of relaxation and happiness, and the curvy logo kind of resemble the people, remind them as a refreshing treat when they see the logo and are enjoying the drink. As for the angles, they want to convey a more rigid and more dynamic vibe. It's usually more common to be seen in branding related to technologies. And for example, the Tesla, they have a sleek and shocking icon which kind of represent the vibe of excitement and power that you enjoy when you driving one of their cars.
Okay, here is the last round of our Teletubby guess. So if you want to get the prizes, you might have to guess it correctly. Okay, are you ready? Next one. What is the product of this photo? So what do you think of when you see it? Okay, Coca-Cola, yes, very good. Okay, so our first winner, Jerry, Oscar, and Claude. Woo! Please clap the hands.
Big Jerry. This story is not me.
So the results from you guys is actually quite similar to what we have discovered. We noticed that shape is one of the quite important component that we that used in the package design, because a successful and iconic shape of the product can leave a long-lasting impression among the customer. And a successful shape can make your product become synonymous with the whole product category. For example, when you see this bottle, you immediately reminds you guys of Coca-Cola instead of other brands. And shape is also useful for reflecting the brand's personality. For example, triangular package can convey a sense of energy and excitement. Square is useful to convey a sense of professionalism. And the size of the package also can bring benefits like presenting the value of the product that you want to deliver. Research has shown that smaller package may be perceived as high quality, as the customer may find that more delicate, high quality, but larger package also has its own benefit. For example, they were more likely to be perceived as higher value in terms of cost effectiveness. Material is another component, but it affects the sense of touch instead of the vision. And touch is quite important in the package design because they can create a more long-lasting positive product experience than vision. Vision is what affects you in the first glance of interacting with the product, but the sense of touch kind of have a long-lasting impact, and when you're using the product, actually is kind of affects your customer journey. And there's a few criteria that usually brands would like to focus on when they're choosing the material for the product package. For example, brand image. For luxury brands, they usually pay more attention to this area because they want to use a relatively higher quality material in the package to indicate how reliable and how well made their product quality is. For example, glass is one of the most common, popular source of material to be used in luxury brands like the perfume bottle Chanel No. 5. And preservation is also a very important criteria. Aluminum foil is very common to be seen in food or beverage package or pharmaceutical package because they can block the oxygens and sunlight and extend the preservation period of the product. And last but not least, texture. Texture is also related to the sense of touch feeling, and there's two benefits from it by choosing the right texture of your product. First of all, helping the brand to enhance the brand identity because with a good choice of texture, they're more able to help the product to catch the customer attention and also express the value of your brand that you want to tell to your customer and lead to a higher brand recall and build a stronger connection with your target audience. Let's take Apple as an example. They choose smooth and matte texture on the iPhone product, and with this kind of texture, they want to convey the feeling of sophistication and elegance through the package design and deliver the premium feeling, which kind of helpful to help them to reinforce their identity of providing high quality service to their customer. And second of all is evoking emotion. Let's take Dove as an example. Dove is a company that most focus on selling personal care products, so they want to evoke the feeling of comfort or intimacy when they bring in the products to the customer. So they choose a smooth and soft package design texture in their product to create a positive emotion connection with the customer, create a more long-lasting impression. And one thing is really important to choosing the right texture or material to make people feel like, oh, I'm interested in your product. I want to hold it in my hands and see how it feels because of the endowment effect. Because research has found that when a customer able to physically hold a product, they would form a sense of psychological ownership. And when you feel like you own the product, you actually value the product even more and have a stronger desire to purchase them, to own them in the future.
Okay, now let's talk about some real-life application of brand packaging. Okay, this Coca-Cola, and let's start by putting questions that I think kind of asked in the lecture part is that what do you think of when you see Coca-Cola? You can answer my questions. Colors or what kind of thing? Yes?
And happiness.
Happiness?
And Christmas as well.
Christmas?
I think relaxation.
Red? Any? Actually, there's a three significant elements that when we see Coca-Cola. The first one is red, the second one is the bottle shape, and the last one is the ribbon. I think red and bottle shape we can all usually find out, but the ribbon one is kind of, I think we didn't actually notice this part. So first of all, the red color. This red color has been synonymous with the brand. It's not just a coincidence that we know that red can show excitement, passion, and also stimulate our appetite. So when we compare to its competitor Pepsi, we'll find that their choice is kind of good. And for the second, the bottle shape, actually Coca-Cola have used this bottle shape for over years, and this helped him to significantly stand out from other competitors and this contributing to the Coca-Cola distinct identity and making it instantly recognizable on the store shelves and even in advertisement. And the last one, for the ribbon, it actually symbolizes togetherness, connections, and also celebration. So we always see that people are when having parties or even just hang out, they would like to have a Coca-Cola. And now just take a look at Nike's iconic logo and the slogan, "Just Do It." Actually, this slogan resonates with customers on personal and emotional level. It goes beyond their words and inspires customers to pursue their dreams and overcome challenges associated with Nike products with motivation and challenges. So the word "just do it" just tell the customer, just buy it, just buy their products. And also, Nike marketing strategy extend over the traditional advertising. They have utilized the social media platforms to create a sense of community. Let's have a guess. On Instagram, having hashtag "just do it." How many posts you think nowadays is on Instagram?
10 million?
At more than 10 million. Now it's have 20 millions of posts have hashtag "just do it." Although it maybe not all of the posts is about Nike, but we will know that "just do it" is about Nike. Okay, the next one is KFC. When you see this advertisement, what do you think of? Actually, this one is it replaced the word KFC into FCK. It is for it generally used wordplay to handle a PR crisis into a memorable campaign. It's actually about KFC is run out of stock chicken, so he used FCK to demonstrate a sense of humor, wit, and also a self-awareness that they want to say sorry that out of chicken. But I think everyone who see this advertisement, although they cannot try it at the moment when they saw it, but they definitely can remember KFC.
Okay, before moving on to another importance of celebrity endorsement, I would like to ask, does anyone see this one before? Do you know what is it? Do you know what is it? It is a pattern of temperance. Okay. Moving on to the importance of celebrity endorsement in packaging a brand, let's take a look at this picture. It is about a temperance brand. It is a Korean brand and their collaboration with Blackpink Jennie's. Jennie's endorsement of temperance products stimulate a large number of people to buy their products. With this collaboration, can you imagine that many people wake up in the morning in South Korea only in -3 degrees Celsius just because of this campaign? They wake up earlier just for to line up and buy this, because if they wake up so late, everything is gonna sold out. With this collaboration, all products of temperance sold out in only a few days. So the influence of an emerging celebrity like Jennie extends beyond just product promotion. It creates a sense of aspiration and connection with the brand, driving consumers to engage with and invest in this brand. Celebrity endorsement holds significant importance in packaging a brand. It increases brand visibility, credibility, and establishing emotion connection with consumer. When a well-known figure like Jennie aligns themselves with a brand, it helps the brand to stand out in a competitive market and reach a wider audience. It has shown that celebrity endorsements can have a positive impact on brand success, and Temperance collaboration with Jennie served as a powerful example of the influence that celebrity can have a packaging on a brand image and a driven sales.
So now let's talk about the packaging trend. There are several packaging trends. So the first one is sustainable packaging. So there are a few examples of sustainable packaging, like the H&M. They have made a shopping bag, and the shopping bag can turn into a clothes hanger after the consumers use the shopping bag. So this can show that there can increase the purpose of the packaging and attract the consumers to buy. And also, the packaging is becoming more simple, like the minimal packaging and bedding folded can allow products to ship in the smaller containers. And also, some companies have used the compostable and biodegradable garments bags, and this can help the environment and make the company more have a better image. So why sustainable packaging is a trend? This is because more and more consumers want to associate with brands that are environmentally focused, and large corporations are spearheading the initiative to help their public image, and also smaller and medium brands will be forced to implement sustainability in their packaging. The companies want to increase their profits by building a good image, so they will use more sustainable packaging. Another trend of packaging is simplistic. The company are using more simple packaging. The elements deemed unnecessary were removed. This is because the simple packaging can send a sign to the consumers that their products are very pure, and the consumer will assume the products have fewer ingredients and less chemicals, so that people will buy for the products because they think the products are pure. And the last trend of packaging is smart packaging. Smart packaging means that the package interacts with what's inside, and the goal is often to increase the product's shelf life. And one example is that Italian olive oil brands use NFC to engage with the consumers by adding some NFC functions on their packaging. And also Stacey's launched its newest packaging innovations by adding a QR code on their package. And consumers can scan the QR code and find the nearby female-founded business. And this can also increase the image of the company and build a better image of the company, so that the consumers would buy more of their products.
Okay. So to conclude, actually we today discussed kind of like three things majorly. So the first one is our case study, which we kind of like discuss where to put our verbal or non-verbal communications, and which is the best way to really align it within our really limited space on our packaging. Second, we also discuss what are other successful elements in order to be placed in packaging, like words or like other sensory elements, etc., to draw really attention or like evoke an emotional connection to the product. Last but not least, we also kind of like walk you through the whole process, that how packaging actually influence through the AIDA model. Within each steps, actually packaging is doing its job in order to really guide you through and then evoke your purchase decision at last within a really short time of like purchase behavior in some venues like supermarkets or like in some offline online channels as well. And this is the end of our presentation. Thank you.